Hey there, what up ladies and gents? It is your favorite Asian robot, hopefully your favorite DarkTide partner, and today I'm here to talk about when you can expect the next DarkTide update. I'm sure that you, like myself and many others, are all waiting for the next update, to resume playing, to continue checking stuff out. As far as I can tell, Fatshark right now is still very focused on mostly fixing their game, getting everything up to speed. So things are a little slow, I'm not gonna lie. As you can already see, I've got the Steam charts there in another tab after we go through this to talk about where the numbers are at, stuff like that. But first, let me bring your attention to the community comm link, which dropped on the 16th of February. If you haven't seen it yet, then this is gonna be the point of reference for this whole video. Currently, the information that they've given to us is that they are still trying to take all of your feedback on board. Like they're working on their redemption arc right now, and they understand that they haven't really met all expectations. So people have had a lot of questions since the last time I posted a video, since the last time they posted an update as well. And they've addressed some of those questions here. First question was actually to do with the blessing tiers, and granted this is something I also had a lot of questions about because if you recall from the last video I did, they moved away from that system whereby they wanted us to collect different blessings, combine them to get a higher tier blessing and that kind of thing. Like instead, when you surrender a blessing, you can reapply that blessing as many times as you like to weapons of the same model. Okay. Instead, now what they're gonna do is that to get higher tier blessings, you're basically gonna need to find a weapon with an improved tier on it. So for those of you that hoarded tons of lacerate +1s, tons of lacerate +2 to combine them all and get your lacerate +4, sorry guys, that's not gonna happen. How do I feel about this idea? I'm not too happy about it. Because how many of you have a lacerate +4? I'll wait for your answer in the video description. Please be sure to comment your answer to me. Do you have a lacerate +4 dagger on your zealot? Guys, I've got a lacerate +3. I got really lucky once. So now I'll be able to put lacerate +3 anywhere. I also happen to have flesh terror +3. I don't have flesh terror +4. I don't have lacerate +4. And unless I camp the store, I'm not gonna get those. But hopefully with the changes coming up to item acquisition, this might alleviate some of the burden. It's still gonna require a lot of grinding though. And quite frankly, we as gamers, even as content creators, we have a lot of choices for the type of content we do. Most of y'all would have seen me on Wild Hearts, and y'all know that I come from Dauntless. So a lot of that stuff is still, I still have to allocate time accordingly. And I go where the money is. I plain and simple, I'm a simple man. Honest with you fully. I go where the money is. Where I smell money, I go there. So, we'll have to see how much I can afford to grind DarkTide, even as a partner. And we'll also have to see how feasible it is for me to get those highest tier blessings. Because a lot of us have a power fantasy when we play these games, and we want to get the best possible tiers. Knowing that we cannot do this, and like I would have gone half and half. I would have said like, look, you can surrender a blessing of a particular tier, but why can't we also get stuff of lower tiers and still have the system where we combine them? Just make it like combine 2 lower tiers, 1 higher tier, 2 higher tiers, the highest tier, that kind of thing. They could have simplified the system that way instead of completely taking out the system. That's my take on it. I'm not too happy with this change. You can bet your ass this is one of the suggestions that I'm gonna have. Because it makes no sense that we have to wait for RNG. If they want to give more agency to the players, this is the first thing that needs to change. I'm saying that as a partner, so I'm going to be fighting for that. All right, next. Will you be making any changes to resource drops? Yes, they'll be increasing the amount of crafting resources you find in missions and adjusting the resources you find at higher difficulties to include more plasteel. This is something that I've mentioned dozens and dozens of times over. I'm really glad that they've taken the time to take that suggestion on board. So guys, things that we suggest do get taken into account. They're not completely leaving us in the dirt. They don't always get things 100% right, but if we keep fighting for the changes we want to see, if we keep talking about it, then they will at least know the direction we want to go in. So please, your comments are helping. Your comments on my video give me a direction to go in, especially when I try to fight for this stuff. So, are they changing crafting drops? I talked about it in a video. Here it is. They are doing so. So yeah, I'm happy with this change. The upcoming patch. Okay, when are they planning to release it? By the end of February. Okay, that may not be this week, because the end of February is 28th of February, Tuesday next week for me. Why do I know that date specifically? Because that's the date I'm going to the bank to sort out my banking issues. Many of you know that this month I've had a lot of difficulty with my music. Like, I had 5 more songs planned to release on February. I was already planning to do the recordings and stuff like that mid-February. I know I'm kind of going off topic, bear with me. I was planning on doing all that by mid-February. Then I ran into some severe banking issues. Not just so that nobody's concerned in the wrong manner. I'm not saying I didn't have the money. I'm saying I had the money stuck in my bank. Literally could not use it. So, you know, I can understand that. And that is what caused all the delays. So, end of February, this update could be dropping next week instead, not this week. But I'm still gonna hold fingers crossed that it might drop later this week. You know, I'm thinking about it. But because I sort of had the feeling it would be next week instead, I decided to do this video today. Okay. What can we expect in that patch? Changes to the mission board. I know a lot of you aren't gonna be happy about this. Look, we're still trying to talk about it. I know several other creators have mentioned it already, but what I'm gonna say is that what they've done with the mission board is that they're trying to increase the number of available missions from 12 to 16, and the difficulty distribution of the missions, with higher difficulties having more representation. They want to also lower the mission timer so that by the time we complete a mission, a new one has rotated in. I know this is not the agency that a lot of people wanted. Rather, a lot of people wanted to just be able to pick the mission, pick the level, and go. But at the very least, they're making the rotations more rapid. I'm gonna see how this one goes, but if you feel that it is not what you want, please leave feedback. You can leave a comment on this video and I'll try and take it on board, and we'll see where we can go from that. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. If you're still playing the game right now, your voice matters. Remember that. Okay. Changes to the shrine. Yep, there we go. They're gonna drop that. The changes to the armory exchange, which we talked about in the last video. Changes to the amount of experience and currency earned on side missions. This one we'll also talk about as soon as the patch drops. And emotes, they're going to start adding social interactions to the hub world of the Morningstar. In the next patch, you'll be able to equip yourself with emotes and say hello to your fellow rejects. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And you guys will be getting a little video on how to emote in DarkTide. Okay, thank you all very much for listening thus far. Before we go, let's have a look at the Steam charts. I like to do this because I like to give an honest overview of how DarkTide is going. I've been paying attention mostly ever since about Valentine's. I've been paying attention to the bottoms, the valleys, rather than the peaks. And so far, the valleys have been fairly consistent. The lowest points are about 2K players, roughly, with the high points being close to 4K, very close to 5K. So I'd say that the player base is roughly stabilized. And a lot of people are still playing. A lot of people are still waiting to see how things go. So for those of you who are still gaming, who are still following DarkTide content, thank you very much. You'll be seeing me on Morningstar soon enough, once I'm done with most of the basics of Wild Hearts, because I'm establishing myself right now. And after that, I'll be back on the Morningstar with all of you as well. So look forward to that. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. If you want to support me for free, another way you can do that, link in the description of the video. You can check out my music on Spotify. Currently, there's only 5 songs. We planned on having 10 by the end of February. Didn't happen, but it will happen by, you know, next month. We're gonna get the rest of the songs out now that my banking issues are gonna be solved. Hopefully, at the same time that the DarkTide patch comes out. So I'm looking forward to that. That's another way you can support me. The last is just if you want to donate, tip, and all that other kind of stuff, or you want to just, you know, grab a channel membership, or you know, come by the stream, throw super chats at me, and you can do that as well. Okay, thank you guys very much for supporting me thus far. And of course, here's a thanks to our channel members who make all these videos possible. Oh, I should probably not do it in that window. I know you guys probably saw the links to my porn bits. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm a very open person, you know. Okay, let me open up the member list. All right, starting right at the top, giving thanks to Death Dawning 982 at Plus Ultra. He's our current top fan. We also giving thanks to I Am Step, Jerry Fast, Rogue Assassin, Ole Miss Scream Puff, and Zach NMG, all prestige. Thank you guys so much. In terms of our honored robots, we've got Jammer Boy, the Mighty Xeno, Underpaid Enlisted Soldier, Triple D326, Dar Reverse, Cordova 2182, Maze, Che D12, Stephen Geyer, Coffeed, I'm Peeps, Syed Assad, Pringle Bread, Tuan Gren, Miss Eve, Tyler King, Coda CMF, Kami SMH, Conrad C, Nate the Great, Curtis Schussler, Corey Ryu, Benjamin Savage, Lady Neo, and BC Burger. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to all of our cool and weird bots as well. I'll see you on the next video. Y'all have fun now.